Today, we're jumping into something really important, the Registered Disability Savings Plan, or RDSP for short. Think of it as a powerful tool designed to help Canadians with disabilities build a much more secure financial future. Let's get into how it all works.
It's a question we all think about. How can we really, truly secure our financial future and the future of the people we care about most, especially when you're planning for the long haul? Well, the Canadian government has a pretty amazing answer, and it involves this number. That's right, up to $90,000 that the government could add directly to your savings through the RDSP. So, how on earth does that happen? Let's find out. Okay, so first things first. What exactly is this program that has so much potential? Let's break it down.
The RDSP is way more than just a typical savings account. It's really a partnership with the government. Any money you put in and any money the government contributes gets to grow completely tax-free until you take it out. It's all about building that long-term security.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. The government doesn't just encourage you to save, it actively helps you build those savings through two fantastic programs that work hand in hand. So there are two main ways the government supercharges your savings. On one side, you have the grant, which is awesome because it matches the contributions you make. Then, on the other side, you have the bond. This is money the government deposits for you based on your income. And get this, you don't have to contribute a single dollar to receive it. It's a really powerful 1-2 punch for growing your savings. Of course, how much you get is tailored to your family's income, and that's by design. As you can see, the bond offers the most support, up to $1,000 a year, to those with lower incomes. And the grant? It has incredible matching rates, like getting $3 for every $1 you contribute if your income is below a certain level. The whole system is built to direct more help to those who need it most. Now, what if you were eligible for all this in the past but didn't know about it or just didn't have an RDSP open? Well, here's a fantastic feature. The plan actually lets you go back and claim up to 10 years of grants and bonds that you might have missed out on. That is a huge opportunity to catch up. Okay, this all sounds great, right? So the big question is, how do you actually get started? It might seem complicated, but it really boils down to a straightforward 4-step process. First, and this is the most important part, you have to be approved for the Disability Tax Credit, the DTC. That's the key that unlocks this entire program. Second, you identify the beneficiary. That's the person with the disability who the plan is for. Third, you name a holder, who is basically the plan manager. A lot of the time, the holder and beneficiary are the same person, but it can also be a parent or guardian. And finally, you just contact a bank or credit union to officially open your RDSP.
All right, so your plan is open. Now what? Well, there are a few key rules to know to make sure you're getting the absolute most out of it.
Okay, let's tackle one of the most common questions people ask about putting money into the plan.
Yes, there is a lifetime contribution limit of $200,000. But here's the crucial part. That limit only applies to money from you, your family, and friends. It does not include any of the government contributions from grants and bonds. That's all extra money on top. This is a big one. It's a totally valid concern for so many people. So let's be really clear about how an RDSP plays with other support programs you might be receiving. The short and simple answer is no. Having an RDSP will not mess with your eligibility for federal benefits like the GST credit, old age security, or employment insurance. This plan was specifically designed to add to your financial security, not replace other forms of support. So you've been saving, the plan is growing. When can you actually start taking money out? Understanding the rules here is really key to getting the maximum benefit. It really all comes down to something called the 10-year rule. Basically, the government's contributions, all those grants and bonds, have to stay in the plan for at least 10 years. If you take money out before that 10-year clock is up, you'll have to pay back some of the government money from the last decade. This rule is there to make sure the RDSP is used for what it's meant for, long-term savings. So, what happens if your eligibility for the disability tax credit changes down the road? Well, thanks to a fairly recent change, your RDSP can stay open. You won't lose any of the grants and bonds that are already in there. You just can't make new contributions or get new government money until you're eligible for the DT again. This is a huge relief and provides incredible peace of mind. Okay, we've covered a ton of ground. So what are the most important things to remember from all of this? Let's quickly recap.
At the end of the day, the RDSP is just an incredibly powerful tool for long-term, tax-free growth. It can unlock the door to as much as $90,000 in government support. And as we saw, there's a clear, manageable process to get started. Best of all, it's designed to give you financial security without messing with your other benefits.
And that's the goal, straight from the source. It's simple and it's powerful, to help you and your family save effectively for the future. Honestly, taking that first step to open an RDSP could be a complete game changer for your long-term financial picture. So we'll just leave you with this question to think about. What could a more secure financial future, supported by up to $90,000 from the government, really mean for you?